Hello and welcome to the Karate Dojo. In this short video, in a very few steps, we will set up intellij and get up and running with your first karate test. You probably already know that you don't need much programming experience to be up and running with karate, and you will see how. We are going to use intellij because it's a free IDE and it has great support for running karate tests right from within the IDE. So that's the download link. It's probably easy for you to do a quick Google search and land on this page. Just search for download intellij or something like that. And make sure that you choose the community edition, which you see here on the right hand side. So I have actually downloaded and installed intellij, and you can just choose all the default options when you install it. And intellij has just come up. I'm going to create a new project. And now we need to use a Maven project. So we're going to change the selection here on the left to Maven. If you're wondering what Maven is, it's got something to do with Java development. Don't worry about it for now. And we are going to check this option to create from archetype. We need to add an archetype to this list. So here's how to do that. I'm going to type com.intoit.karate as the group ID, karate hyphen archetype as the artifact ID. I'm choosing the latest available version of karate. You may want to change this in case, depending on, of course, when you watch this video. And we've got this new entry in the list, and I'm just going to select 0.9.4, what we just entered, as the option that we want to proceed with. I click the next button, and a few details about the project. com.mycompany. This doesn't really matter. This is just metadata about the project you're about to create. My project should be good, which will also be the name of the directory that's going to get created. And we choose all the defaults. These look fine. Maven, by the way, is bundle list, which saves you a step. You don't need to install Java or Maven. It all comes along with intellij, which is one of the reasons we are going through this particular flow. That's the project location. Again, let's choose the defaults. And intellij is now opened the project. I'm just going to get rid of all those dialogues. You'll see some logs happen like this, and you may need to wait for this. It may take a while depending on whether your machine is freshly set up for Java and Maven and things like that. But once you see build success, you should be able to go here on the left top, click on that project tab and see my project over here. Next, we are going to, before that, there's this dialog on the bottom right. I'm just going to click enable auto import. It's kind of convenient in the long run, but don't worry about that too much for now. Back to the project tab at the top. I'm going to drill down into SRC, which stands for source, test, Java, examples, and users. And there's this users.feature, and if I open it, you can see it's kind of plain text. It doesn't look very great. We're going to fix that. In fact, here you see intellij is helpfully saying, you know what, you may want to install a plugin for this kind of dot feature file. We won't do that, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like. And one thing to call out for those of you who are using intellij and going through this tutorial is do not select the substeps intellij plugin. We should not use that at all. I'm going to cancel this and come out because I want to show you in general how to install plugins in intellij, which is useful to know. So here, intellij idea, preferences. Now I'm on a Mac, and we're going to get this dialog come up, which has this plugins tab that we want to look at. For those of you on Windows, you need to go to the file menu and click the settings menu option to actually arrive at that same page. So now back to my Mac, and I'm going to type cucumber in the search bar at the top for plugins. Again, make sure you've selected plugins on the left. I hit enter, and you should see Cucumber for Java come up as a possibility. I'm going to install that, and it also helpfully says that you may want to install this other plugin called Gherkin, which is important, and you need to say yes here. And so that was quick. It's downloaded these plugins from the internet, and I need to restart the IDE. Restart now is good. So IntelliJ is restarting, and now you should see that the file is beautifully syntax colored. It looks a lot better. You see the nice cucumber icon over here on against the users.feature file. And what we're going to do now is to again prove how easy it is to run a karate test from IntelliJ and everything set up. I'm going to right click on that users.feature file here on the left, and you should see this run feature users menu option. It may not appear the first time because IntelliJ might be doing things in the background. That's just a one-time thing you may need to wait for. I'm going to click run, and we should be able to see our first karate test actually run. The log window has come up, and it's actually making HTTP requests to the internet and getting stuff back. One more thing that I can show you is this HTML report. The last line in the report, I'm going to double click on this line to select the whole thing, copy it, move to one of my browsers, paste it into the address bar, and you see a very nice HTML report, which is really useful for development when you really start getting deep into karate tests. So you can see there were two scenarios, and it made these requests and got this data back. We'll talk about this more in future videos. So to recap, we installed IntelliJ. We generated a simple karate project very quickly with a minimum of fuss and minimum of steps. Everything was like handled by IntelliJ, and we ran our first karate test.